Right, 4 tests, 4 deciders. It's all on the line, isn't it? For England, Scotland, Ireland and Wales this weekend. All 4 sides have made changes for their deciding tests, and they are against Australia, Argentina, New Zealand and South Africa. Let's start with the England camp, and they're in Sydney for their deciding third test against Australia. The game takes place at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Eddie Jones has made 3 changes to his starting 15. Ollie Chessum comes into the second row for his first start for England. Ludlam is the second change to the forward pack, and Danny Kerr comes in at scrum-half in the only change to the backs.
It's just a change of order. We feel first part of the game Danny will be at his best, and JVP will have a huge role for us finishing at the end. I think it's great for rugby that we've got a decider. We want to put on display, a really good, tough game of rugby played at a historic ground and light rugby up a bit.
As for Australia then, head coach Dave Rennie has made 4 changes. Back rower Harry Wilson and fullback Reece Hodge have been recalled. Lock Nick Frost has been picked to make his starting debut, with the veteran James Slipper returning at loosehead prop.
Should be a great occasion, and great for Australian rugby as well. It's been in the doldrums the last few years with all sorts of issues, and having a one-all series going to Sydney Cricket Ground for the third is a great result for all those involved, and it's very exciting. I've just got a sneaking suspicion that England's forward pack are aggressive, strong, and they have had time. They've been the most dominant team in the last 2 test matches, so I'm predicting a very narrow, unfortunate win for England.
Now let's head to the Irish camp then. They're in Wellington for their deciding test with New Zealand. The game will take place in the Sky Stadium as the Irish look to claim their first ever Test Series win against the All Blacks. So Andy Farrell has made just 1 change to his side. New Zealand-born centre Bundee Aki comes into the starting lineup in the only change to that 15 that started the second test. Aki replaces the injured Gary Ringrose at the inside centre in a new midfield partnership with Robbie Henshaw.
Everyone realises the size of the task in hand, but there's a lot of excitement in being able to deal with that. I think the best part of where we're at is that we know we can do better. Albeit we had a decent result in the last test. Hopefully our best is safe to last.
Made some history on Saturday, but we can create even more history by getting a win on Saturday and winning the series here. We need to know that they're going to react. They're going to be hurting a bit. They're going to come out. They're going to be physical. They're going to come after us and try to prove a point. And we need to prepare for that as best we can.
As for New Zealand then, head coach Ian Foster's made 4 changes. Winger Will Jordan comes in, as does David Havili in at inside centre. The experienced prop, Nepo Laulala, replaces the tight head Offa Tungafasi, and Sam Whitelock also returns at lock after missing the second test with concussion. Beauden Barrett has kept his place in the side for this weekend. The fly half came in for some heavy criticism, didn't he, following that defeat in the second test. Whitelock returns to the 15, and that will see him start beside Brodie Retallick in a test for the 61st time. From Wellington to Cape Town then, and the Welsh camp ahead of their series decider against South Africa. Wayne Pivac has made 1 change to his starting 15. Josh Adams replaces the injured Alex Cuthbert, and that's the only change. Centre Owen Watkin comes in as the only change on the replacements bench. Adams' recall means Pivac has named the same side which started the series opener in Cape Town for us, Martin Gillingham.
Well, after the famous win in Bloemfontein, the series decider is almost upon us here in Cape Town. Alongside me is the Wales coach, Wayne Pivac. Thanks for your time, Wayne. In terms of looking forward to this weekend, I guess having got that win last weekend, does it feel as if the pressure's off? Is it possible to be even perhaps a little carefree?
Well, certainly we're not approaching it that way. We've worked very, very hard over the last couple of weeks and before we left Wales to get ourselves into a position where we could win the series. Now, unfortunately, we didn't win that first test, but we were able to come back and win the second. So we're very pleased to be going into this one with a lot to play for. So, yeah, very, very excited. The players have worked pretty hard today, and I think are looking forward now to just getting on the track on Saturday.
So just one alteration to the starting 15. It's essentially the starting 15 who were playing from about 17 or 18 minutes in. There were bumps and bruises, particularly Dylan Lewis and the captain, Dan Biggar. How much of a relief is it that they're playing?
Yeah, they both came through training today, so that was really, really pleasing. They'll run again tomorrow in the captain's run and be good to go for Saturday. So to have the same squad available, I don't know that we've been in this situation since I've been in charge. So really, really pleasing. There's a bit of continuity there and you know, a lot of confidence flowing through the team at the moment.
George North, ground-breaking moment for him as well this weekend.
Yeah, pleased for George. He's come back from a serious injury. He's been a big player for Wales for a number of years now, and to achieve the milestone of the most cap back ever is a pretty big achievement, and we wish him well for the Saturday, and hopefully he can have one of his big test matches.
Yeah, the Box used all 42 players in their squad over the course of the first 2 test matches. They're now naming perhaps their strongest possible 23. Are you expecting them to maybe crank things up a gear or so?
Oh, look, I think what's coming is very similar to the first test in terms of their selection. We sort of know how they play the game. It's whether or not you can stop it on the day, and certainly we know that it's going to be a big, big challenge at the set piece again. You know, close to our line, they're very, very dangerous with a driving maul, and so we've got to make sure our discipline's right and we don't give them too many ins into that 22, and we can build some pressure ourselves at the other end of the field, and you know, hopefully pressurise them as much as they're going to do that to us.
Wales were very much decided under the microscope last week, having gone 1 down. The Box, are they the team under pressure this week?
Look, I think for us, you know, getting that first win in South Africa, it's been talked around a lot, and to put that behind us is great. Now it's just a one-off game, and for us it's a grand final, if you like. And if you think about the World Cup just being 12 months or just a little over around the corner, you know, there's going to be big matches like this, and so this is good prep for the boys, and it'd be really good to see how we stand up under that pressure.
Thanks, Wayne. It's going to be fantastic at the weekend. Well, there it is. Series decider on Saturday afternoon, just down the road from here at the Greenpoint Stadium. It should be a fantastic afternoon.
It should be. So let's go from Cape Town to Santiago de Estero, where Scotland are based ahead of their deciding test against Argentina. Gregor Townsend has named his team for the game. He's made 8 changes from that 29-6 win in the second test. In comes Ollie Smith, Rufus McLean, Sione Tuipulotu, Ali Price, Rory Sutherland, Ewan Ashman even, Scott Cummings, Johnny Gray. Out go Rory Hutchinson, Darcy Graham, Sam Johnson, Ben Wyatt, Pierre Schumann, Dave Cherry, Sam Skinner, Grant Gilchrist, and Xander Fagerson is set to earn his 50th cap, I should say. Almost gave them another 100 there. You can see all the deciders live on Sky Sports Action this Saturday, with New Zealand against Ireland starting from 7:30 a.m.